Hey folks, welcome back. Tonight we're playing Myth the Wind Age. Let's get started. Um, okay, so point of order. So this a quick out of character note before we get into the narration from last time. I had mentioned that the former identities of the fallen lords from the current age were lost to time, and it occurred to me that that's not entirely true. There are at least two ways that you guys can find out. It's not something your characters would know off the top of your head, but I'll leave it to you to figure out how you can um, track down that information. So just something to put out there because we talked about it before. All right. Um, Odo, you're camping in the mountains, feeling cold, seeing firelight outside through the walls of your army tent. One of the tent stakes is loose, and the wind is pushing your tent towards the edge of a cliff. You climb out of the tent to try to secure it better, but it starts blowing away with your gloves still inside. You try to chase it as it skitters down the road into the forest. Somehow the tent is on fire, but it feels cold. Tent goes over the edge of the cliff and you're falling with it. It's too dark to see where the tent landed. A dead soldier grabs you as you're falling and starts to strangle you. You sit bolt upright, sweating, tangled up in your bedroll. When you wake, you're in a dusty ravine with your party members around you, mostly sleeping. Whisper's there, pulling urgently on your sleeve. When you sit up, Whisper lets go and starts to murmur something in a quiet, soothing voice. Um, the party rests sheltered in a narrow, rocky ravine in the foothills of the 12 Duns. So dark down here that the moonlit sky seems bright by comparison. You can hear the relentless thunder of the Trow Iron Giant's footfalls far in the distance. Zane is on watch when Odo wakes. Lena the Owl, Zane, you see Lena the Owl appear from the night like a shadow, returning to make her report. She arranges a cluster of stones, indicating that Moagim is still hunting the party. By the amount of time she was gone, Zane, you estimate that he's about 7 or 8 miles south of your position. Lena casts about as if searching for something on the ground, then points at Odo. With that done,
Oh,
she. What's that?
um, previously when we level up to level 5, I took wild empathy, which lets me talk to and speak and understand animals.
Oh,
By
okay.
the
All right.
way, sorry.
Okay, so okay, that's an important point of order. So how did you learn to finally speak Lena's language?
I was assuming that on the first episode or a first session, she wasn't like she just want to talk to me at that point, and currently that we're doing undertaking a important mission, then she's like, okay, let's talk since we did grow up for a long time, so I would probably know their the language.
Okay, so okay, so then since she tells you what she's telling you is that the Moagim is searching along the ground, hunting, following Odo's tracks that he left when you guys fled the scene. So they're, he's some, yeah. So he's 7 or 8 miles away. She doesn't have a very exact judge of distance, but he's about that far away, and he's trundling relentlessly in your direction. Um, and she hops back up on your arm and says, "Where's my treat?"
I gave her mostly since I always give him her all of my rations, and I take like half of it, or like partially half of it, and I'm just gonna give her daily rations for today, and I'm just gonna look at the party and convey that information to them.
What does she eat?
Here,
What do you carry for her that she can eat? So like jerky.
jerky and meat and stuff.
Nice. Okay. So she seems satisfied with that. She starts tearing it apart, and well, actually, she
Nom nom nom
probably
nom 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 nom
tears it
nom.
apart into small enough pieces to swallow, and then just swallows the rest of it all. Um, Ram, you know these hills like the back of your hand. If you peek up over the ridge, you can see the face of the nearest buildings from the ghost town at Dun 8. You're near your hometown. The road to the old mine and the smithy at Duns 5 and 6. There's an old ruin in the valley between 9 and 10, but you can't see any of it from here. You know there's also an old watchtower on Dun 11 that looks out over the ocean. Last time you were here, you fought.
73, 42, hike! Wait, sorry.
I did mark it all on the map, so you guys don't have to remember these numbers.
Thank you, because I'm sitting here gonna go like, we have numbers now.
Yeah, so he's from Dun 2 of 12. He told us, so I numbered all the Duns on the map.
Oh, great! Fuck.
There you go.
How
So,
many duns is in between?
there are yeah, there are 12 in total. Last time you were here, last time you were here, you fought the vanguard of the Watcher's armies, buying time for the refugees from the towns at Dun 2 and Dun 4 to escape. Grand's house, which is on Dun 4, which is now abandoned, is a 2-day march from you, west along the main road. Dun 2, which is where you were born, is another 2 days march west of that. So you've got some options if you want to hide out. What do you guys do?
Which one is less likely to get us murdered?
I consult the flame.
No, you don't.
What? Why not?
I just like messing with you.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
Also,
I have
anything's
consulted
better
the
than-
flame.
Also, anything's better than where we're currently at.
Yeah, anything that is not being chased by Moagine.
What they said.
GM will give you an impression, and you're looking for a place of safety. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how you kind of.
Okay. Well, I mean, you tell me. What are you looking for answers for?
Yeah. Well, it was the first question was what do we do to not die?
Okay.
So I guess the more important question is how do we defeat his cool shield?
Okay. So you get an image of, let's see. You get an image of a sort of clearing in a let's see. You get an image of a clearing in a windswept, dusty valley. The valley is let's see. I think what's that? Here we go. You see a stone that has ancient dwarven writing on it, and you can spout lore if you want to try to make out the writing on the stone.
Spout lore.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I see a stone. It's a stony. Is this intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Something useful and interesting. Okay, so the stone is you recognize it actually as the headstone for the Hidden Valley ruin. And it reads in the ancient Dwarven script, "Here lie the true and valorous legionnaires of the Lady's Blessed Light, who stood with Tereses the Immortal. For their service to Tirith Danor in the defeat of Soroganth the Flayed, let them rest eternal in the sacred halls." So you recognize that stone.
Ah. So we have to go to the stone. Can I mentally like zoom out like squeeze more information out of this, or do I have to
No,
do
with
another roll?
with the roll of an 8, you only get a brief impression of that familiar image in the flames. What's that?
Hey, Dram, you said his name was Immortal.
Yeah.
If he's dead and he was immortal, the guy that Morgan, he's immortal and we want him dead. Right? There's a connection here. It's just there's gotta be we gotta find out more about this Terizzi guy.
Yeah.
He's dead
Yeah,
and he's
how do we do
immortal. That's his name. He's immortal.
How wait. If he's immortal, how is he dead?
That's what we gotta figure out.
I'm so confused.
Maybe Dram can't read right.
I think dyslexia, maybe. Maybe it's not dead, but ended. Aided. Added.
Who takes the next watch after Zane?
Can we can I
I-
read it again?
oh,
Can I
no,
read
no.
the stone again one more
Yeah,
time?
sure. I'll paste it in the
repeat it?
chat.
Thank you.
I'll take a watch after him.
All right. Ichabod.
The DM cut off. Oh
Looking,
no.
yeah, no, sorry. I had to scroll to the part of my notes that I was looking for. So Ichabod, you peek out over the top of the ravine very carefully. You know, keeping low to the ground because you don't want to be silhouetted against the moon. You don't want to make yourself visible. You see out on the plain, looking south, there's a faint purple glow that appears suddenly, too bright to be a soulless. Just the pale purple light that just shines out there on the rocky ground. A few moments later, as you stare at the glowing mote, trying to make out what it is, you feel the wind pick up again, icy air coming down from the mountains. Shadows of tall figures dance across the distant glowing patch of sand. The light lasts for about a
Guys, no
minute,
need to feel
then
alarmed.
it winks out suddenly as it appeared.
But there was a dancing purple light over there.
And why shouldn't we be alarmed?
Because it wasn't attacking us.
But it could be attacking us.
Hey, stop talking. We're trying to sleep.
It's your own footsteps that got us in trouble.
Says who?
Says that one. I point to the familiar.
Birds don't talk.
They don't
Neither does
talk
this rock, but it's talking to me right now.
Okay. Birds don't talk in your language. Do you know all the languages?
No.
Okay. So what do we do when something or someone speaks a different language than us?
We go ask someone that speaks the language.
Okay, and
us.
who is that?
That's animal people.
Okay.
You and Zane.
Yeah. So this is Zane's familiar. So ask Zane.
Fine, whatever. But my feet aren't big.
I am working on my my bond with Odo.
Are you guys actually trying to wake me up from sleep?
No. So my bond with Odo is I'm trying to learn how to speak with Odo to get him to understand logic and reasoning. So, and Odo is trying to get me to. Who am I supposed to see is not an idiot?
Whisper
Jack.
Whisper flutters over next to Lena and perches on Lena's shoulder, which looks very funny because she's, you know, like a little familiar sitting on top of a smaller familiar, or on top of a bigger familiar. And she puts her hands on her hips and she glares at you, Odo.
Hey, what? Okay, animals are people too. Fine. But I eat animals, and it makes me feel weird if they're people.
Okay, well, there's a line usually around rabbits that we have on what can be eaten and what cannot.
Why rabbits?
I don't know. Have you ever seen? Oh god, if I find that billboard, I'll find it. I'll post it in Discord.
Did you guys shut up out there?
No, I'm drunk rambling.
It's a bonding
Ichabod
experience.
says there's purple lights out. and we're talking about animals.
Oh. Whereas somebody smoking something?
No, but there's a. Oh my gosh.
Weirdly enough, that's what my girlfriend says I sound like.
God.
I'm gonna say about an hour passes this way. You guys just like sitting around and trying to sleep / arguing. And then you hear a distinct and familiar howl that echoes multiple voices crying out in the night. It's Myrkridia.
Right, the weirdo found us.
It's those big things. Oh, like Odo is reaching for his armor. This is his
Right,
face.
like, okay, what is... Okay, who's from around here again?
Dram was the local.
Okay, Mr. Dram. Where's the best place so that we don't get murdered?
Wake up! There's monsters!
One or two.
What?
We're being
What's
attacked
going
today.
on?
Let's go.
Ah, shit.
Where's the best place to go? Where?
We can hide.
Where?
We can hide out. We can hide out at my hometown. Let's go that way.
Okay, so you guys.
I was just getting into a good sleep.
So you
perfect.
You guys basically have two travel options if you want to head to town. You can hoof it through the mountains on the game trails, or you can take the main road. The main road is obviously faster, but it's also more visible. What route do you guys want to take?
This is a classic Lord of the Rings choice, guys.
Yep.
Good thing I never watched them.
No, here's the okay, so the question would be, even if we go the less visible trail, is it really less visible with this group?
Yeah,
it is with all you loud people. I can clearly hide.
And we could
You
get
always
lost.
hide.
I think invisibility's two ways. If they see us, we see them.
Oh my god, let's just...
Also, DM, from my sleep, can we agree that I level up or not?
Yeah, so everybody got a chance to do a long rest and level up since the encounter with Mogim. Is anybody else?
No, I'm not leveled.
Okay.
I'm not either. I'm like one level away.
So I think you get half of your max hit points back, if I remember correctly. If you didn't already take that last time.
Oh,
For
yeah.
all of them, if you're like an immolator.
Oh, is that a thing?
Can't buy a large campfire.
Oh, okay.
All your hit points back.
Oh, did you guys have a fire? It's an important detail.
I don't know.
I huddle up by the next closest person to sleep with.
I would say no.
No? Okay.
Because we didn't want to get caught.
If this is the night like after on the heels of that crazy ass battle, so like I imagine we would be wise enough not to freaking give up.
And once again, are we wise enough? I'm gonna say no, only for the fact that I like Odo and Ichabod attempt to start a fire. However,
nah, I'm also wise enough to say that that's not good.
No, okay, so Odo attempts to start a fire so that he can go sleepies. And I look at him and say, do you want them to find us more quickly?
Yo, but if they find us more quickly, I'm going to sleep real well, and then I'll clobber them. Because I'll
that helped way good last time, dude.
That you didn't clobber them when we almost died.
Clobber the other ones, not the big
It doesn't
guy.
matter. No fire.
Oh.
Question: does Dram always have fire on him?
Oh God, that's true.
I mean, I assume that he doesn't have to always have an active flame.
No,
On the-
I'm not like an elemental or anything. I'm this guy. I'm just
Either
a plain
way,
old dwarf man. Look at this. From the forest and
either way, I am assuming you're the most warm person in the party. I'm cuddling up
Oh
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
everybody's cuddling
I
up to.
agree. I
Okay.
agree. Mutual body warmth. Yeah, no, I was gonna suggest that earlier.
Okay.
For
You
sure.
guys are all sleeping in a pile. Well done.
Oh yes, I run hot. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Smell
I
like
could
gym socks.
probably raise the I could probably raise the temperature a little bit, like just enough to
Yeah, for sure.
not
For sure.
ignite. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you guys rest for a couple minutes longer, and then everybody gets up, and it sounds like you're taking the main road, yes or no? Final answer?
Yes. Final answer.
Okay, all right.
Wait, hang on. Did we decide? That's where we landed?
I said
Everybody
it
decide?
doesn't. It does. I go because of Odo's footprints. They can follow us anywhere, anyways. So it doesn't matter if we're in like less visibility or more visibility because they're following the footprints that Odo's making due to his armor.
and if we get to our destination faster, we could set up more.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so you guys are heading west to Graham's house, or to Dram's hometown along the main road. It's going to be a couple days trek. Let's do the perilous journey move.
Shoot.
Okay, so we need a quartermaster, a trailblazer, and a scout. Who wants to do what?
Scout for me.
Okay, who's going to be the quartermaster? Is it? I think it was Odo last time.
Trailblazer for me. Trailblazer.
Okay.
Okay, I'll quartermaster it.
Okay, so all three of you guys roll a Defy Danger Wisdom.
Partial.
Okay. Okay, so you guys consume the expected number of rations, so it's gonna be 4 party days worth of rations minus
9.
yeah, minus her rations. She doesn't eat. Or she lives off the land or whatever. Yeah. It's nourished by the earth. And then let's see. Dram, you navigate.
Days, so that's 1 a day, right?
Yeah, so you make one ration a day. So 4 rations each for everybody except for
So 16.
Aranza.
Yep.
And then Dram, you guys make good time on the road heading west. And Zane, you will get a good scouting, which we'll get to in a second. Odo, there's something about the there's something about this place, like traveling up into the mountains, up along this main road, that feels familiar to you. Kind of like it's so much so that it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. There's like a lizard part of your brain that doesn't want to look behind you, doesn't want to see Moagim coming up after you. You set up the tent. You set up your tent in the snow. You were helping someone. Was it Fadeline? With his tent. He's with you guys, by the way. The lieutenant is arguing with someone, your sergeant. Lieutenant doesn't want the sergeant to light a fire. You can't remember the lieutenant's face or the sound of his voice. You lie in a freezing bedroll, curled up in a ball with your numb fingers tucked tightly under your armpits. You see a firelight outside, shining through the walls of the tent, and smell wood smoke. This is a flashback. Odo, this is you remembering something from before you lost your memory. Just like a feeling, and you have that very distinct image of the firelight through the tent. You guys head westward along the road, and Zane, as the party is traveling, you notice 2 things. First of all, that the Moagim and the Myrkridia are tracking you. The Myrkridia have fanned out through the foothills of the mountains, and they're kind of like searching for you in the little ravines and things like that, moving in and out. They're very stealthy, but you also have a very good eye, so you're able to keep track of them for the most part. There's probably about 30 of them, you figure. And they have an alpha with them. who's sort of like the leader of the pack, their commander. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit tougher than the rest of them. And Moagim is commanding them and trailing behind them. And you notice that they're tracking by scent as well as by inspecting the party's tracks. So you guys get on the road. It's like a hard packed. It sort of alternates between dirt road and old ruined stone road. So there's parts of it where you guys don't really leave tracks, but they're able to track you well enough. It's a pretty straightforward route. And you guys make enough of a disturbance that they can figure out which way you're going. The other thing you notice as you get into evening on the third day, or actually this will be the second day, as you're getting close to Grand's house, you see that there is a light coming from the smithy, and you see smoke coming up from the forge. What do you do?
I asked Dram, since this is close to his town, is that place supposed to be on fire? I point towards the smith's location.
It's a forge. Wait, it's on fire like it's burning, or like you meant it's just like an operation.
The forge is lit, yeah. But it's worth mentioning, the town that is closest to the smithy here was burned out by the undead. Everybody fled. And as you guys are traveling along the road, you're passing these burned out like mountain paddy fields, on the south side of the road, where the undead have gone through and destroyed everything.
I still think that that Dram would still be like, it's a forge. Of course it's on fire.
Yeah, it's an active forge.
Is it everything raised to the ground in this area? Or
can I do a discern realities?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can ask one question.
Yes, I'm going to say you kind of creep over a little ridge so you can get a better view than you could from the road, and just peek over at the smithy kind of stealthily. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah. What's here that appears not to be? What here is not what it appears to be?
So you see that the forge is lit, and you see that there are soldiers outside the forge. If the forge at first you think, but as you watch them, you notice that they're standing stiffly, hardly moving. They kind of shuffle in the way that Thrall do. So you know that there's an undead army there at the forge. You can see them standing stiffly in two long vertical columns that bracket the road on either side, leaving a wide gap between them. There's about 100 of them. A quarter of them at the front of the formation are wearing new plate armor that gleams in the moonlight. Each figure carries a greatsword in front of it in a strange, lax half-sword grip. So these are... you guys have fought a lot of Thrall. They're typically, kind of got like a mishmash of plate mail, and they're carrying whatever weapons they could find to hand, usually like wood axes and things like that. These are very orderly and very regimented by comparison. They're not, or they look like they're not ordinary Thrall, but they are undead creatures. They're whoever's working at the forge is arming them. The gates of the forge go down into the face of the mountain. They're nowhere near as mighty as the gates of Myrgard, but they're sturdy dwarven stonework and very old. They stand open right now, as you watch 4 armored figures emerge from the gates illuminated by the orange glow of the forge. They walk down the center of the road in single file with a slow, steady gait, and take up positions at the front of the line on either side. A moment later, 4 of the unarmored figures at the rear of the formation all turn inward in unison and march back up the road into the forge.
So it's like every 4... I have an idea. Can we put ourselves in this line as like the next people?
Sure.
I'm
But
not
why?
malnourished enough to look like a undead though.
Yeah, we would have to be like we would have to do something and be undead, but if we can, because it looks like that they're being controlled in order to be weaponized. So it's like 4 of them go, they come back in line, 4 of them go, they go back in line. Am I making any form of sense?
Are you an
Partially.
undead?
I am not an undead, and I am trying to figure out how we can become not become undead.
We just go back to that guy and he says you join me and we are undead.
But do we want to become undead?
Oh,
Or we could just rub undead on us.
True.
Do you think that's gonna work?
It worked for bears.
He told us. He told us that they're following us through scent and
Right.
but also. Oh, was it just scent? Oh, and then we're leaving.
Scent and
We're leaving
track.
clear
Scent and
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since we are moving towards the fastest route, that's to be expected.
Yeah. But the thing is we kind of want to actually I've got an idea. All right, I have 2 holds. I am going to shapeshift into a fly.
Okay.
And I am going to go check to see what is going on in the forge.
Okay, yeah, so you fly down there, you sneak in, it's gonna take about an hour for you to get down there. You get down there and you see that these Thrall, like I said, they're no ordinary Thrall. They look, they have the pallor of undeath about them. They kind of have the same general build, but they look a little bit sturdier, like they've got more meat on their bones, and their eyes have a little more alertness to them than a typical Thrall. So they're definitely something stronger, something better. You slip down past them unnoticed.
Stronger.
Yeah. You slip down past them unnoticed into the forge building itself. Inside, you see a group of sweaty, dirty, haggard-looking dwarves working frantically, hammering away, making armor and swords for the Thrall.
Do I see anything in do the dwarves look like they are being mind controlled?
They look
or
frightened.
anything? They look frightened. I am going to discern realities again.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Do you take +1 forward since your previous is
Oh yeah, you can get a +1 from your previous roll.
Oh, okay, so I could take the +1, so that's a 10. So I think that's 2 questions?
I think that's 3.
Sorry, let me see.
It's 3 for the success for what it says to me.
Okay, thank you. The first one is what should I be on the lookout for?
Okay, let me think. I'm gonna say, aside from the Thrall, obviously
Small
the fact that they're
bird
being
and
armed,
flies.
you could see that there is that they are shackled to the forge, the 4 dwarves that are working there.
Okay.
As you watch for a couple of minutes, you see that there is a human, living human, looks like somebody from the south, maybe, or south, like off in the almost like Fearbog country, somebody from the southwest territory by their ethnicity, you think. comes out and looks over one of their swords and says, "Balal will be pleased."
Okay, so you said Vala?
Balal, which is another name for the Watcher.
I am just
Okay.
hearing the word ball.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Actually, sorry, I think I missed an L there.
Okay, thank you. Vala.
Balal.
Okay, got it. So that's there. Ooh, blah, 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 blah. What here is useful or valuable to me?
You see that he has a key for the shackles on his belt. You see also that there is a crystal orb that is sitting on the workbench within easy reach of their taskmaster. And it looks very similar to the one that you guys captured from the Pack Mage ages ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Okay, and what here is
I do
useful
not.
or valuable to me?
Didn't you just ask that one? Did I get confused?
Oh wait, now shut up. I was like, hey, what should I be like? It's like, who's really in control here? I already fucking know that. What is about to happen?
Well, the short answer is this army is getting, put together. They're going to, I'm going to say you hear them. He picks up the orb and he goes and speaks an incantation, and the orb glows to life. And there's kind of a vague vision of a shadowy figure on the other side. And the human speaks into the orb, and he says, "We're making steady progress. We should be at the walls of Lankerfan in about 2 weeks." And
Okay.
you hear the Watcher you hear the Watcher's voice, which I don't think you guys have ever heard him speak before, but you hear a voice that you assume is the Watcher's, respond back saying, "Excellent. Keep the army at Silver Creek for now. Await further orders."
All right, so I am taking all of that information and going back to where we are. And then I'm relaying said information.
As you're relaying those information, I'm just gonna chime in. Should we really do this side thing, or should we go towards our main goal of going to the hometown of Drams? Since remember, we have bogies on our tails.
Going to my town does not prevent them from finding us.
Right.
I thought we'd be able to get away, but this is not It's not working.
You guys haven't
We
done
need to
anything
figure out-
particular to cover your tracks.
Yeah, can we do that?
What do you want to do?
I found a way to do it. Watch this. And he's gonna cast a spell. I prepared during last night. I changed the spells prepared, so I have animate dead prepared. But instead of dead, he summons like spirits of Illawan, so like these golden light spirits.
Okay.
So he's gonna summon a light spirit, and he's gonna put his boots on the light spirit and send it walking off in a different direction.
Okay.
The,
awesome. Go ahead and make your spellcasting roll.
Okay.
Can I also aid? And how I aid is telling him where it's good to put his footprints to.
Yeah, sounds good.
14. Okay. So I get I get empower it. I can summon 2 of them. Yeah, I'll summon 2 of them. One to stick around with me, I guess. And then, I won't do that, because then I have to put myself in danger. So I'll just summon this spirit thing.
Okay.
And I take my boots off, and it's like it looks like a being of light and energy. Oh, I roll 1d4 because it gets extra benefits based on its. Here's the.
Oh, so this is a very good simulacrum, I'm gonna say, considering what you're trying to do here. You know, it's got the same like weight and gait as you do, and it even has a little bit of your scent because of the boots.
And I choose one function. I'm gonna give it can complete complex tasks.
Yeah. So Zane, what are you recommending to Odo? Where do you want him to send this thing?
Basically, realistically, on the path that we're going to go, since they've been tracking us and they might actually know where our destination is, I'm just gonna tell him, like, this is the path that your decoy should go to be much more realistic, basically.
Well done, and then we'll stop here. And
Nice,
then we'll
okay.
watch them go by.
Okay, so you guys are gonna hide. You guys are gonna hide along the side of the road. Yeah.
No, at the forge. No.
Oh, you're going to the forge. Okay.
Right?
The forge,
Is that-
No, the forge is fucking packed with people that can kill us.
What this?
It's like the
what
Tower of
Sun
Saruman.
said?
No.
What did Sun Tzu said?
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like we have better chances at the forge. We need to go somewhere tangible. We can't just.
you also know that the place where the stone was that
But
you saw in
great
your
work on
vision.
great work on the light spirit. That's amazing work.
Yeah, that's a really
just
good
figured
move.
Maybe we can hide out by the forge or around the forge, or we don't have to engage with it, but just be in the shadow.
So Veranza,
If
you
that
came
makes
back and
sense.
described it.
I think it's safe to assume, Veranza, you're not holding anything back, right? You're describing what you saw to the party.
I'm sorry, what was that? I had a voice.
You
Yeah.
described what was happening down there.
I advised everybody what was going on.
Did you say that there was 4 dwarves chained making weapons for the undead?
Yes, I told everybody
right.
everything.
Then let's sneak down there and free them.
Also, I don't know how we could sneak towards that area since we also have to pass through.
All right, let's
towards
kill
the
all
burned
the
out
undead
fields.
again, and then go rescue the dwarves.
You guys, I just want to update the fog. So you guys are basically here right now. So the smithy is just like along a fork of the road north of you.
Okay, we're not below the burned out fields.
Right, yeah.
Got it.
But it's okay. We're this is a great way to get us off the
We need to
path.
free the dwarves, says Jack.
Yeah, that's a great
Okay.
idea, Jack. It's an absolutely great idea.
All right, so you guys
They won't be ready to attack in this 2 weeks or whatever they say, because they'll all be gone and dead. And we'll rescue the dwarves, and they'll make armor for us, and then we'll be happy.
All right, so you've thrown the Myrkridia off
Jack's got to fight somebody. I think we tried to fight the other guy, we couldn't beat him. So I think he can beat these guys.
Okay, this is good. You guys got a plan coming together. You've thrown the Myrkridia and Mogim off your trail, at least for now. You still hear the giant stomping around out there somewhere, but it's like almost on the other side of the mountains at this point. And you guys are approaching this forge. What time of day do you want to attack, and what's the plan? Or sneak in, or whatever it is that you're going to do.
Can we do it sunrise since
At first light. We should go in right when the sun rises and smash them up.
Since I don't want to fight in the dark.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so let's start. Guys, give me kind of there's the road leading up to the forge. It's got like a steep cliff on the west side, and then there's a road which is pretty wide. It's probably big enough for 2 carts to be pulled side by side. And then on the east side of the road, there's kind of like a rocky embankment, but it's not so sheer that you can't navigate it. So there's like little paths, and there's ravines and things down there. There's places that you can hide and move, but it's going to be a little bit slower going. There's also handholds up on the cliff face you could potentially climb if you're particularly strong or dexterous. The forge itself is like down inside the mountain, So there's only the one entrance. But there is also like an outlet at the top of the forge for the smoke. And then there's the army standing out front, which is what did I say? About a quarter of them are armed at this point, and the rest are just standing there, undead, in whatever rotting clothes they brought with them from their former lives. So how do you guys want to? Who's going to be where when the action starts?
Said we can see smoke coming out of the mountain.
Yeah, so there's like a chimney that's carved into the stone by dwarven stonecutters long ago, that goes up through the mountainside and out up above near the mountain peak.
Also,
Do we want to
if
look us that a way in?
if anyone's thinking of dropping bombs inside that hole, then there's still people in that area. Innocent people, so no.
So I shouldn't drop this Molotov in there?
No.
It would never reach. You could do all that you wanted. It wouldn't make any difference. Just imagine how many little nooks and things would have to drop and hit before it got anywhere close to. And then the pressure of the flames or fumes and gas coming up.
And so we got a suggestion. So Jack wants to sneak in through the chimney. Is that the? I was trying to get you guys to move forward. It's up to you guys though to make a plan.
All right, so I want to investigate it.
Yeah, let's move in through the chimney. Let's do it.
All right.
I swear, if one of you gets stuck, I'm not unsticking you.
Okay, so let's get.
Now
I'll
you
go
know
I'll
how
go
I
first.
feel. Now
I'll
you
go
know how I
first.
feel.
Okay, so let's establish
I'll go first because fire.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. All right, so let's establish the marching order. So we have Dram first. Who's in second?
Me.
Okay, Dram, Jack.
How
who's
far
third?
is the chimney from where the bottom hole is?
From the doors? Probably no more than 40 feet.
Okay.
I mean, if you're talking like horizontally, it's obviously much further up on the slope, like vertically. So you figure the chimney's got to be at least like 60 feet deep, but the interior space inside the mountain is probably not that big. That makes sense.
What about Baranza and who's the guy who never wants to engage in anything and run away all the time?
Ichabod.
All right, Baranza and Ichabod, the two people who don't want to be here. Why don't you guys lure those soldiers outside away from the forge?
A giant dragon lady and a guy that can only fight with a shield.
Sounds about
Seducing
right.
people into a hole.
So not into it, away from it. Like make noise with your
Away.
shield.
So what they want us to do, what we can do is
Take an
you're
animal
gonna have
shape or
to
something.
what?
Take an animal shape, like pretend to be a coyote or something. But
That's what I'm
and
thinking
get up in
is
the business and then lure them out.
I'm going to use my hold to the hold that I still have left to shapeshift because I got out of the shapeshift.
Okay.
And because I had to tell them what was going on. Give me a minute. And then I will I'll go into a dire wolf.
Okay.
And see if like Jesus Christ, sorry. And see if they will follow me.
Okay. So Veranza and Ichabod, you guys are being the bait. Sounds like Dram and Jack, you guys are first in the chimney. Zane, where are you at? And Odo, where are you at?
I'm going first before Odo if he's going
You guys
into the
shouldn't. You
chimney
guys
as well.
shouldn't be in the chimney. You guys should be the response when they drag the people away from the door to come in the other side.
All right.
Because I don't think you guys can fit in the chimney.
Yeah,
We're like fire type people. You don't want to end in the middle of a forge.
We're gonna wait for her to finish her hold, and then we can jump.
Well,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll take. I just want to make sure I know where everybody is at the start before we get into the action here. So, okay, so Zane and Odo. So the folks that are luring, I'm assuming you guys are going to be marching along the main road to get their attention. Zane
I'm
and
gonna just be a dire wolf, and if Ichabod wants to ride me,
Sure.
It's a new
he'll
experience.
be like,
All right.
bitches, as we run through them.
okay, nice. And then so Zane and Odo, where are you guys hiding, waiting for the army to move?
Somewhere not on the entrance or in any sort like pathway that the enemies
Behind-
might go towards the luring team.
So
Yeah, behind the bushes that are decorating the entrance.
okay, so you guys, I think you basically have three options. You can either hide downslope from the road in the crags. You can go upslope from the road and climb up to a higher elevation, or you can be above the mountain up near where the chimney group is, and then come down over the door.
Last one you should do.
In the
I like the
upslope,
last one.
and the upslope, do we need like to roll something, or do we just go there?
No, so I'm going to say you guys just go there. You're all competent adventurers. You can manage to get there. For the Zane, I think I'm going to have you roll Defy Danger. Of the position that the folks that are up on top of the mountain, both the chimney group and Zane and Odo, I'm going to have you guys make a Defy Danger dex. One of you guys can make a check to get you all into position quietly.
Can I use my newly acquired ability,
What's that?
acrobatics?
What does it do?
I'm gonna roll it so that it can be seen.
Okay.
Ooh, a 12 as well. When I perform a crazy acrobatic feat, describe it and roll the plus dex. And I choose 3 since I got a 10 plus. I'm
Okay.
gonna take you grab someone nearby and bring them along with you, which is Odo. You don't attract unwanted attention, and finally you end up exactly where you want to be. And basically, how I do this is like I grab Odo by the shoulder and like path him towards a better like footing and ground, like being quickly as possible as well and stealthily.
Nice. Okay. So you get the two of you guys up there. What about the chimney party, Dram and Jack?
I'll make it. It'll be I'll go with Dram and we'll go down the chimney.
Okay. Go for it.
So I just bouncing around place to place.
Okay.
Taking Dram with me.
All right. So everybody's in position. Veranza and Ichabod, it's your show. What do you do?
I am, like I said, I'm turning into a dire wolf. Ichabod like freaks out, most likely.
I am holding on for dear life.
I pick him up in my jaw and like throw him on my back. And like as he's screaming because I just picked him up and goes, I just shoot down the middle of the road.
Insert the goofy scream.
Like oh, and it basically like alerts them.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys charge down the road towards them. Ichabod, do you have any kind of weapon out or anything? You just holding on with both hands?
I'm holding on with both hands, and the only thing I can use as a weapon is my hands.
Okay, very good. All right, so you guys go charging down the road towards them. They see you. The front ranks start to react. They move to close ranks in front of the forge and block the roadway. How close do you want to charge to them? How close do you want to get?
I mean, if she puts my shield in her mouth, we can just ram through.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna ram right through them. Okay, that sounds like a hack and slash to me.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna suck because it's on my. Nope, we're gonna do it as wisdom because I'm informed.
Yep. Spend all for that.
There you go.
Okay. Do you want to take the expose yourself and take the extra damage? You can roll your damage first if you like.
Deal damage to the enemy and avoid their attack, but at your option, you may choose to do.
I mean, I'm gonna be the one taking the hit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So I'll just do the damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, so Veranza, you barrel into them, you bowl a couple of them over. They're surprisingly quick, though. You don't do as much damage as you're hoping, but you definitely got their attention. They start to kind of close in around you, imagining they form kind of almost like a half circle bowed outward toward you guys, and you guys bowl through the center of the formation, I'm imagining, and just like knock 3 of them over, and the rest of them turn inward and start to come after you. Ichabod, what are you doing as you fly through the center of their ranks? Remember, there's 100 of them.
Screams, I'm telling them to do their worst.
Okay. You want to give me like a defy danger charisma to try to get them to chase you?
Go for it. Basically.
Higher than I
Nice.
thought I would.
Let's go.
Nice. Okay. So you're bellowing for all you're worth, and they close on you, lifting their great swords with surprising speed, and try to surround you basically and cut you guys off from retreat. Veranza, what are you doing? One of them, 2 of them start to take a swing at you from the front.
Okay. Oh, I do have. I have 2.
Oh, so Thrall have a special mechanic. You get to deal your damage whenever you're fighting them in melee. You get to deal your damage for free if you're doing a hack and slash. Then you roll Constitution in place of your normal stat. On a failure, you don't necessarily take damage right away, but you're going to take exhaustion.
Okay. So the idea that I have, and I'm trying to figure out the best way that I can do this, is I want to give Ichabod his shield back.
Okay.
Kind of force him to like let go. I'm gonna shapeshift so that I can shapeshift into like a bird, and then we can fly out of there.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you make a new shapeshift roll for that. You're giving up your remaining holds for the other one.
That's fine. Perfect.
Okay. So you transform Ichabod. You're gonna have to defend yourself and her for a second as she changes. I'm gonna say 3 of the Thrall now are closing on you with their great swords. They're pretty quick for Thrall. What are you doing, Ichabod?
I guess defending.
Okay, go for it. Ooh, okay. So you're gonna take.
Can I give him like? Am I able to like aid him? Because he's defending because of me.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an aid roll. What are you doing to aid him as you're transforming? You have a limited.
Because I'm aiding him. I'm like causing like a disturbance.
Okay.
Like in the area around.
Okay, so Ichabod, you should also deal your damage, by the way.
How do I deal damage again?
Just roll your. You have a stat called class damage on your character sheet. Just click on that. It should be like a single die, like a D10 or D12 or something.
It's under hit points for me.
Okay, I see it.
There you go. Okay.
You got such a better one than I do.
So you hit one of the Thrall. Surprisingly, it doesn't go down. But you take a big. You're just fighting with your fists, right? Or I guess you're grabbing your shield from Veranza.
Pretty much.
Okay, so you grab your shield, you bash one of them with it, I'm going to say you don't kill it outright, but you hit it with such force that it actually flies down off the road, off the side of the mountain. And you see it kind of like bowling over, tumbling. It loses its sword, and it like clatters all the way down the mountainside. And they close in on you, and you find yourself suddenly struggling with 4 of them. Ichabod, you're going to gain the weak ability, so you're getting -1 to strength based rolls until you have a chance to rest. As they like gang up on you and try to drag you down with the sheer weight of numbers, and they cut at you with your blades, and it's all you can do to defend yourself. And then Veranza, you transform.
Yep, I'm into one of the eagles from freaking Lord of the Rings and get us the fuck out of there.
Okay. Did you roll your other shapeshift? You already did, yeah. Okay, so
did.
you use a hold.
Yep.
You grab Ichabod. Ichabod, one of them's going to try to cut you as Veranza lifts you and gets you out of dodge. What do you want to do about it?
I'm gonna say Defy Danger probably would work for this.
Are you dodging it, or are you blocking it, or what?
I'm trying to block it.
Okay, so let's call it a Defy Danger con.
I have huge con, and I still roll terrible for that.
Oh man, that's rough.
Okay. My wisdom hates me. It's ridiculous.
You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, or bargain, or an ugly choice. I'm gonna say, if you let them, if you want to block the attack and get away, in other words, have Veranza keep hold of you, you're gonna have to give up your shield, because one of them, they swing at you and one of them hits the shield, and another one grabs hold of the shield and is like pulling on you. So you can either like push that one off and take the hit, or you can drop the shield and get out of reach of both of them.
I'm gonna drop the shield.
Okay.
I'll buy you a new shield.
All right, Ichabod loses the shield, and you guys go soaring up into the sky. And which way are you headed?
Currently just up.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to say you get out of their sword reach. Where to now?
Right. And then I'm going to. I know that all around there are like burnt buildings and things, right?
Okay.
I want to perch myself on top of the tallest building that there is right now.
Okay, so you're headed for the ghost town over on Dun 8, or are you heading for like Grand's house over to the west of you guys?
Well, the forge, wouldn't there be things?
So the forge is actually in the mountain. So if you perch on top of the forge, you're going to be next to the other 2 parties.
I'm trying to envision that
part
in
of
my
luring
head.
them away aren't you doing?
Yeah, so there's a road going north-south. The forge is at the north end of the road. The mountain is on top of the forge at the north end of the road. And then the cliff face is to the west. Over the cliff face, on the other side of the cliff face, is Grand's house. And to the east, there's like a slope going down into a ravine. And then, you can fly across to another mountain. And then you know that there's a mine on the other side of that mountain.
Let's go east a little bit. Like,
okay.
I want to, like he said, I'm trying to pull them away from the area.
Okay, so you head east. The army starts marching. Ichabod, because you rolled so well on your taunt, you're going to pull all of them. So their entire unit of Thrall, including the unarmored ones, starts to march south along the road. Some of them kind of try to push eastward until they get to the edge of the road and the terrain becomes impassable, and then they slowly sort of clamber back up awkwardly onto the road and keep marching. It takes a couple minutes for them to clear out, but finally they do. Folks on top of the forge, what are you doing?
We're headed, as soon as the coast is clear, we see them all running. We're just going to climb down and head right in.
Okay. So let's... Dram and Jack are going to take a minute to get down. Zane and Odo, do you guys want to go directly in, or are you going to wait for them to get in position, like in the chimney? You're going to give them a minute or so head start for them to climb.
I'm
So-
gonna give them the minute.
Okay,
Once I
so
get them set up.
Dram and
just so
Jack.
that you guys know, Ichabod can hear this, but you can't. I was like, I always have to get them out of trouble. This is how I always get them out of trouble. I put myself into fucking danger.
Hey,
Except it
I
comes
was
up
the
with-
one putting myself in danger.
Except all you hear is.
Yeah, all you hear is.
And before
Um,
that, you heard me yelling bastards at the people following us.
Okay, so Dram and Jack, you guys get to make the first move then. So give me, I think it would be Defy Danger Strength probably to climb down the chimney. And you also probably want to be stealthy, so I think a Dex
I have a whole
check is
move
also
already.
warranted. What's that?
I already did that move.
Oh, did you? What was the move? What did you get?
That was, I described how I grabbed the Dram and brought him down the chimney, bouncing from a little ledge to little ledge. So we're
Yeah, but we just did
close
it
down
on
there.
time. On time. He just rolled it. We rolled it a few rolls back.
I got a Jack Devil Slayer, wielder of the mighty ballroom, rolls dexterity, roll 14, call the void.
Okay, I believe you. I just didn't know what you rolled. I thought it was okay. Okay, so you guys slip down, so you're able to climb down gracefully.
I'm pretty
And
sure I had a -1 because of his. I'm taking extra person.
Gracefully.
okay.
Yeah.
And then give me some kind of stealth check to enter the forge without being noticed, if you would like to enter the forge without being noticed, which you don't
I
necessarily
think
have
we
to.
want to. No, we want to. We're going right down into the forge.
Okay, so you go right down onto the forge. You guys are clambering down. Zane and Odo, you come in first. I'm going to give Zane the first move because he's got a ranged weapon. So you see the four dwarves. They've been working frantically, and they pause as they see this disturbance outside, and there's this like faint glimmer of hope in their eyes. And then the taskmaster turns on one of them and starts lashing at him violently with a whip. Zane, you're the first. You're the first one down at the entrance. What do you do?
You see this guy whipping the other dwarves, right?
Yeah.
And do they or do they not notice me currently?
They haven't noticed you yet.
Okay, I'm at.
Actually, I'm
I'm
gonna
take
say unless you're trying to be particularly sneaky, which will take an extra second, one of the dwarves is going to notice you.
Okay, then I'm try to be sneaky about this. Do I roll Defy Danger first?
Yeah, Defy Danger Dex.
There we go. Does a 12 make me hidden?
Okay. Yeah. So you hit him and you're just dealing damage. It looks like. Oh no, that's
yeah,
your stealth, right? So yeah, you get it. You get a sneak attack.
I'm gonna take the cold shot and I'm
Okay.
aim for the head.
Okay. You notice as you get down in there, there is the taskmaster there. Also standing at the back of the forge building are the four thrall that are waiting to get their armaments. One of them is just picking up a sword.
Taskmaster or Thrall. I'm a good person. I see someone whipping someone. I'm not good with that. I'm a cold shot the head over the Taskmaster.
Okay.
We did all that work only for them to get noticed.
Well,
I know.
they didn't get noticed by the army. That's the important thing.
Head deals damage and they are stunned.
Okay. So you hit the taskmaster soundly in the head. He's not wearing a kind of helmet or anything. Deal your damage.
7.
Your arrow glances off of his skull and sends him reeling. He slams into the forge, and there's this kind of muffled, like split second delayed because he's stunned scream as he like hits the hot anvil, and like burns his arm horribly, and like topples to the ground. So he's out of it for a second. Dram, you're next in. You just as you're dropping out the end of the chimney, you see one of the thrall below you, just starting to pick up its greatsword. What do you do?
Eat a chip.
Launch a fireball.
Go for it.
Yeah. Nom on something and attempt to not die.
I don't know if that hits, but that's awful.
Hey, you're rolling as well as I am.
All right. So you blast it with flame. It turns though at just the wrong moment as it picks up its sword. It kind of moves in this strange lurching motion that catches you off a little bit, and the fireball kind of glances off of the side of its face. So it like burns all the skin off of one side of its face, but it just turns and looks up at you and lashes out at you with its great sword. You're gonna take some damage. What is the damage? Okay, you take 3 damage minus your armor as it slashes you with the greatsword, which it's using in this kind of strange half sword grip with both hands. Jack, you come piling down behind. You see the one thrall cutting at Dram as Dram comes piling out of the chimney, the 3 others are closing towards Dram as he's currently the center of attention. None of the other 3 are armed. What do you do?
Gonna do a hack and slash on the one that's attacking Dram. Right?
Okay, go for it.
Does that work?
Okay, that is a miss. So you
Oh,
so you
XP!
yeah, you get experience points. I'll forget that. So you come piling out of the chimney in your rush to get to the one thrall. You get to it, you hit it. Go ahead and deal your damage.
All right. Just damage, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you get to it. You are using a flaming whip or what?
There's a. I'm in the forge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't rolled my thing yet, so it's not flaming. It's
Okay, so you're just hitting it with a whip.
No, I'm not.
Or your chain.
I'm just doing it with my.
Oh, you're just punching it. Okay, got it.
I haven't even gotten my sword out because it's too dangerous to use with all the people around.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So you punch the one fighting Dram, you drive it back, and another one that's kind of behind, like you didn't quite see it properly as you come out of the chimney because it's sort of in the center of the ceiling. The one that was standing behind where you come out, grabs you and wraps its arms around your neck and starts like trying to drag you to the floor. You're gonna take some damage. Take 4 damage as it tries to strangle you, and rakes its claws across your chest. Ichabod, who's the other? Odo. You see Zane shoot again. He hits the Taskmaster. You see Dram and Jack come piling out of the chimney. Jack's been grabbed by one of them. What are you doing? The dwarves are cowering, and they're still kind of like stunned this is happening so fast. They haven't figured out what's going on yet. Odo, this is you.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I'm rushing in to the center, and I'm using Moagim's sword. I put my shield away.
Okay.
And I'm rushing toward Jack, and I'm gonna bless Jack. A blessing of Iluwan, light of Iluwan, guide you.
Okay, go ahead and roll your bless roll.
And I'm hoping wielding the sword strikes fear into all the bad guys because it's like, oh, Moagim got defeated.
Okay.
Because the sword's famous. Like, that's the idea. I'm gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've defeated Moagim. We have a sword.
Okay, so the Thrall aren't going to understand that, but the Taskmaster looks terrified.
Oh, I'm going to put myself in danger and twin the blessing to myself.
Okay, nice. And go ahead and roll. Are you hack and slashing against the Thrall or against the Taskmaster? Or what?
No, I'm going to help Jack. I was going to help Jack.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. What move do you want to make? How are you helping him?
So hack and slash. I'm just going to chop them in half. I'm just a huge swipe with the broadsword and slice them all in half.
Go for it.
Hack and slash. I'm just gonna roll my strength here. It's a partial success. So I'll take the damage and do the extra damage. Oh no, I don't get to do that.
Okay, so with Thrall, actually, you get to deal your damage first. So deal your damage.
8 damage.
Okay,
because it's +2. The sword does +2 damage.
Okay, so you kill the one that's holding Jack. The other one that Jack was attacking, which is damaged, turns on you and approaches you, Odo, and now so you're fighting that one. So this hack and slash roll will be for that one. It's gonna slash you, and actually, yeah, I'm gonna say it slashes you, and you can do your damage to it also, and then you don't get to make the expose thing because you only rolled an 8. So,
yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna deal 8 damage to you minus your armor, and you deal your damage to it as well.
Okay, so I did it. Do I roll again for damage, or that damage?
Yeah, roll again.
Another. Okay.
This is because Thrall are easier to fight than like normal people, normal warriors.
3 damage.
Okay. So you pummel that one. It's not quite down yet, but you've taken chunks out of it. Let's see. So Dram, Jack has gotten himself between you and the other guys, giving you a little space, and Zane, the Taskmaster, is like slowly starting to pick himself up again. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna let Dram do theirs first before I do mine.
Okay. Dram, what are you doing?
Fireball!
Okay, hit him. Oh no.
There's no I in team, but there are 7 eyes in fuck it. I don't care how small the room is, I cast fireball.
You guys
Get out of my head.
racking up all these freaking XPs.
Okay, so
Yup, I get so much XP.
yeah, you got experience points. I'm gonna say so. The Zane's not gonna be in the blast. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Odo and Jack. You guys are both gonna take half of this damage. You can defy danger if you want to try to reduce the damage further.
Oh,
so, Dram, I'm gonna say
I'm not there to stop them.
Yeah, Dram destroys the 2 that you were fighting outright and severely singes the other 2. Jack,
Open for Odo.
Jack, you managed to like duck behind. What are you ducking behind to avoid the blast?
The Taskmaster.
Me. I'm holding my shield out to block.
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, I'm like what was it, like 3 damage, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to absorb it. So
Nice.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll your d4.
I'm supposed to roll a d4 there, but I guess all right. So I take 2.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So Odo, you guys both managed to successfully block the blast, or Odo blocks the blast. Jack, you absorb the energy, and channel it into your burning brand. Go ahead and roll for your burning brand. Or you can either just get 1 use, or you can roll and add +1, I guess.
Okay, we're all play. What was the +1? Here we go. Watch this. Where's burning brand? So that is 3 uses, 4 uses, and it'll move. It's going to remove dangerous.
Okay, nice. All right, Zane, you have a chance to take another shot as Graham is blasting everybody.
Question: are all the Thralls gone?
There are 2 Thralls left that are damaged, and then there's the Taskmaster who managed to not be in the blast.
You guys can do. You know what? You guys can handle the Thralls. Instead of getting my damage boost from my animal companion, can I say that she is going in and trying to distract the Taskmaster for me to get a call shot?
Yeah, go for sure.
Okay, I'm a cold shot, and I'm try to make him drop his weapon, so arms.
Nice.
Okay, so Lena comes swooping in with the Ride of the Valkyries playing, and he lifts his arms to like shield his face as she like takes chunks out of the flesh of his forearms. You shoot him right in the wrist, holding the whip, and he screams, and the whip clatters to the floor. And you deal 9 damage, and that is actually enough damage to drop him. Where does it hit him? How do you drop him?
I love you.
I hit him in the arteries in the hand, making him scream, but Lena, with her savagery, would instead, seeing his neck is exposed, would peck at it and like doing like the Mortal Kombat fatality screen happens.
Nice.
Like, I'm just gonna say, Lena, stop that.
Okay, so Lena just mauls this guy. Odo and Jack, it's the 2 of you and 2 wounded Thrall. Pretty good odds. What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, just clean up.
I'm attacking.
Yeah, so
Hopefully
both of you guys can
I-
just deal your
I don't
damage
get
up front, and then if you don't kill them, then you can roll your hack and slash.
8.
Okay, Odo kills one of them.
I got 5.
Okay, the other one's gonna take a second hit. What do you want to do? The extra 1d6?
Sure.
Actually, you get to deal your damage again first. See if you can kill it. Okay, so you kill it with 2 quick strokes of your fiery chain, and the forge falls silent for a split second, and then the dwarves all start screaming in terror. What do you guys do?
I look at a Dram. Dram, your forge, your forging capable. Just grab the things and melt them, so you can get out of here.
Ah! I start screaming too.
Oh my god! Why?
But
Don't you have a thing where you can just, like-
I do what he says. I grab one of the chains and I see. Let me try. And I tried like a flaming fist punch to break the chain.
Okay,
You know, like my hand gets a little hot.
Key
and
off of the
I-
He has special
Taskmaster.
forging abilities.
Or you could grab the
bu-
key off of the Taskmaster.
I
That's
break the
boring.
chains.
Oh god.
Dram shatters the chains, and the dwarves look up at you, Dram, and there's like a flicker of recognition, like they're hopeful, but they're in shock. They're not completely with it. You guys are gonna have to like escort them out. How are you gonna get them out of here without running into the army again?
Pinch me. I say you can pinch me, but not too hard.
I might like it. Oh wait.
Wait, it's the only safe places on this area is Lancaster. God dang it, I can't say the name of the city. Lancaster?
Lankerfan.
It's
So
all-
there are 2 walled cities that still stand. Lankerfan is the bigger one, and then Gower, which is way over on the east side of the map, is the smaller one. Or sorry, Yurzgrad is the name of the city. Gower is the name of the region.
But I heard them talk about Lankerfan in 2 wikis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we already dealt with the,
We already
house
slowed
one.
it down to 2 weeks and 3 days.
Okay, thank you.
So should we guide them back towards the
Yes.
wall?
Yes,
the
let's go.
city? All right.
Okay. So you bundle them out of here. What do you have to?
Get the dwarves' attention. Hey, let's go.
Okay.
Casting healing
It's-
spells on the way.
Don't
Does
forget
anyone need
to
heal?
grab the orb.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab the orb.
We give that to Zane, Lex.
Okay. So you grab the orb. You get them going. You attract their attention, but it's not the only attention that you have drawn. I'm gonna say that your guys, the 2 of you guys, have flown east and fought, and the diversion has sort of run its course. And the Taskmaster, before he was slain, had a split second to utter the mental command to bring the guys back into the to bring the guys back into the forge. So the army is marching back towards you guys. How are you going to get out of here?
Well, it's only 40 feet up. Let's run out. It's
Okay.
only been hardly even been a minute or so since we started.
Yeah, you guys got a
Don't
while.
we have to hide out? And let the
No.
shoes do their work?
No, we gotta run.
Run south. Let's go.
Well, first you got to escape the
Okay.
scene of your crime here.
Yeah, like
Alright.
the army's coming back.
Just out the main entrance. There we go.
Right. Just to be clear, this is the army of Thrall, not the Myrkridia.
Right.
Okay.
Who's carrying the?
We have no
captain?
idea anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you bundle the dwarves up out the chimney. It takes a lot of help. It takes
Don't we
probably.
just go out the front? They came
Kim, go out
they just
out
came
the front
down
door.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you can go out the front door. Okay, so the question is, where are you going from here?
south to Lankervan.
Okay.
Southeast. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take the deer trails to avoid the army coming back, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So that would be
We
another.
see them leave and we start fall. I grab Ichabod and be like, I just kind of like throw him back on top of me and I fly over to where they are and shift back to myself.
Okay, so we're gonna do another perilous journey move. So, quartermaster, trailblazer, and scout, roll your wisdom rolls.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
I got.
Damn,
Wow.
I'm rolling hot
Hey,
today.
Zane.
Okay, so following the deer trails, it's going to take you guys, I'm going to say 9 days to get out of the mountains and then get back to the city. So, and then how did Odo, you got a 15, so
I got
everybody's
15.
only going to be consuming 8 rations. Odo manages to make your food stretch, which is pretty good because you guys got a ways to travel. So it's eight rations per person. What's that?
Can someone share with me some of their rations?
Do we have rations to
You
share
can
with
have
Zane?
mine. I don't use
Thank
them.
you.
Okay, how many rations are you taking from Baranza?
How many days is it? 8?
It's 8 days.
God damn it!
You can take. I
I only have 2
personally.
left.
I'll give you
I have 2
6.
left after the 8 days.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm all out of rations if that's the case now.
And then, so what we can do is I will buy a whole bunch of rations again and give them to Dram.
You guys buy things. I've been stealing them.
Okay, so we'll talk about the purchasing in a minute here.
Yeah.
So, real quick, you guys have a minute if you want to loot the forge. There
Yes.
are
Oh, wait, I'm not there.
yeah, you guys can choose to take the stuff or not. It's heavy but useful. There's 4 suits of, actually, I'm gonna say 3 suits of plate mail because one's not done, and there are 2 great swords. They're of standard quality as listed in the equipment guide.
Yeah, I grabbed 1 suit of plate mail.
Odo's like, ooh,
Shiny.
oh, shiny and better.
There's actually no great
Actually, I
sword in
think
the
it has a
weapon list,
close
so
attack.
I'll post the stats for that in a little bit after the session, I guess.
I actually don't think I can wear it. I'll sell it.
Okay. So actually, I'm gonna say it counts as a halberd stat wise. 2-handed reach plus 1 damage, 9 coins, 2 weight. The great sword.
Ooh.
So yeah, you guys have 2 great swords and 3 armors. Keep track of that because I'm not going to remember. You guys can divvy that up later, however you want, or sell it or whatever. You guys make your way back to the city of Lankerfan with Zane's vigilance and stealth capabilities. The party manages to avoid both the army heading back and the pursuit of Moagim, who is still following the tracks of the Light Spirit. Let's see. I'm going to give you, Odo, one more memory that comes up here.
And I think Odo like tells his memories like at campfires and stuff when they're done. I remembered all this and that. I can't make sense of it.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about. It's something like it's the kind of thing like you don't want to remember it, but you can force it out if you want to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Odo tries to because he has a hard time processing things on his own.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And then okay, so this is the next piece of the memory. So Odo, you lie there alone, too tired to move, but too cold to sleep. You remember thinking that if you died, at least your back wouldn't hurt anymore. It's light out. Your gaze fixes on the back of the Legionnaire in front of you, marching up a winding trail that zigzags up the face of an icy cliff. You're breathing hard, struggling with the incline. Your numb feet keep slipping on the frozen path. Like the others, you've left your metal gauntlets behind you somewhere in the snow. You stumble and lean into the cliff face, breathing hard in the thin mountain air. Your armor and shield feel like they weigh an extra 50 pounds. You chance to look behind you down the slope. You remember the brightness of the cold noonday sun. Peaceful green canopy of the forest below you feels alien, like you're looking through a window into a different universe. It's too hard to look at. You try to look at the packed snow underfoot instead. It's blindingly bright. That's the end of the memory. Okay, yeah, so you remember that, and then as you guys are traveling back, around about as you guys get to Silver Creek, I'm going to say the party travels west of that little ravine where Silver Creek is, because there are, you know that the army is marching to Silver Creek. I'm assuming you guys want to avoid that. So you get down onto the Old River Road, and you're following the road, which runs along the northern edge of this like long, deep canyon that cuts across the face of the earth, like practically all the way across the map here, towards the bridge by the city of Lankerfan. And around 3 in the afternoon on the last day of your trip, you start to see the city on the horizon, and it's you guys have obviously you've been to the city before. You're looking out for these bright shining walls, but what you see instead is a black smudge on the horizon, a perfect semicircle that seems to grow in size as you draw nearer. And we're going to wind up there, so we'll do the level up move. When you do the end of session move. When you reach the end of session, choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant or otherwise. They may resolve their bonds.
Nope.
No. No. Well, I want to keep my bond with Otto just because I don't think I've gotten to completely understand his language.
Okay. Anybody else?
If there's something to understand there.
Yeah.
I think I'll resolve mine with Jack. I'm going to help Jack on his quest to stop Mogim and back him up. I think Odo's been consistently backing up Jack, and I think Jack knows that Odo got his back.
Jack, do you agree?
I have to get pushed to talk, and it was not on the screen. Yeah, I agree. But I'll resolve mine that Jack feels safer with Ichabod behind his back, so we'll each resolve one with each other.
Odo, mark an XP, and you can write a new one. And then Ichabod, do you agree with Jack's resolution?
Feeling safe with Ichabod?
Yeah. What was the resolution to that? Sorry.
That he drew them off.
Okay.
That he actually accomplished his goal. So I felt like that he was willing to perform and do it. And he didn't
willing, as in like air quotes, as I threw him onto my back.
Stay out of ours. This is not your bond, Veronta.
I'm just saying.
All right. Ichabod, do you agree with it? This bond is resolved?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
All right. Mark an experience point. You could choose a new bond as well. Jack. Anybody else?
I'm gonna make a new one with Zane. Zane has good ideas. I'm gonna back him up on his next big idea.
And then it fails.
Don't be a yes man.
I like it.
Oh my
yes man. God dang it.
And Zane, were you gonna say something else? So I thought.
No, I'm fine with that one.
Okay.
But god dang it, Odo.
All right, awesome. Okay. Look at your alignment or drives. Anybody fulfilled their alignment or drive this session?
Can we say that the dwarves that we rescued are spirits of the wild?
You picked the worst thing ever, man.
I gotta come up with some spirits of the wild for you to help. We'll work that in. But I'm gonna say you guys could disagree with me. I don't think the dwarves qualify as spirits of the wild. What do you guys think?
No.
I don't think they do either.
Okay.
They are
But I'm
spirits
just
of the
saying.
mountain at best.
And probably from the picture Veronza sent and the general, I don't think they're animals as well.
No.
Okay.
Technically. Well, no, technically I am.
No, I mean the dwarves.
Oh, no. Help something or someone grow. Did I help Ichabod grow more fearful of me?
No, he already thought everybody was insane.
Okay.
He's already frightened. I don't think he's anymore.
I
Damn.
think you helped Odo grow a little bit with understanding animals and languages.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Very nice. All right, so mark an XP
Thank
for
you,
that.
Odo.
Anybody else?
No, he jumped in front of me. I jumped in front of him to absorb the flames. So, brotherly nature prevents somebody weaker than yourself from coming to harm. Well, actually, I did that for the dwarves too. So it wasn't just for the.
Okay, yeah, the dwarves are weaker than you for sure. Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Not in the least bit.
Not technically, yeah.
Well, that there's these communicators that
Yeah, the
Watcher
communicators.
has.
I thought we already knew that.
That he has
I thought we
Palantir
know that.
things. I didn't know.
I
that.
didn't think that they had to communicate. I know that we had stolen it, but I didn't think that we knew what it was.
Yeah, you guys found one before, but you never did anything with it. It's still in somebody's
Right.
inventory.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Yeah,
really?
know.
With
so
two of
it's-
these now?
Yeah.
I wonder if we could use them like walkie-talkies.
No, or to spy on them.
Oh, that too.
We got to give them to the king. Yeah.
All
This
right.
is how we find out the king is in league with them.
All right. So everybody mark an experience point for that. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yeah. The Watcher or the Overseer.
All right. So
And
everybody.
we overcame.
What was
We
it?
overcame the trackers.
The Trackers too.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
need-
Bogeem and his band of trackers.
I would say, yeah, we'll give everybody 2 experience points for that because you guys overcame 2 notable encounters. And did we loot a memorable treasure?
What was
We
that?
did
What was?
stop the. We did stop them from using that, so it's going to delay their progress for the city.
That is
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We looted another Palantir thing.
Okay. So everybody mark an experience point for that. And then I'm going to give everybody a bonus experience point because you guys came up with a plan jointly. Everybody was on board with it. You executed it. Love to see it. Good job.
I didn't actually go. You got to be effing
Awesome,
kidding me.
thank you.
Most of the time.
All right. And you guys will have the opportunity to rest so you can update your hit points and level up for next time if you have enough XP. The rules for it are in the pins in the Myth TFL chat. Good game, guys.
The game.
Thank you. Good night,
Have a good
everybody.
week.
Thanks for the game.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
All right. We're going to wrap up the stream there. I want to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. Take care, and I'll see you next time.